You can now purchase the entire collection of these Belgian chant accompaniments, minus volume 6, which was a volume that only contained the propers for Belgium. So that's actually not that important of a volume. When I was photocopying these are extremely rare. When I was in college, I had to photocopy all of these in one night. So I stayed up all night and photocopied about 3,000 pages. And so a lot of the photocopies were a little bit crooked and so forth and so on. So what our people at Watershed, we had 3 young ladies in music college go through and straighten each page. The cameraman can kind of zoom in a little bit. Each page they straightened carefully, and these are from the 1940s. And as you can see, for example, for the Gregorian hymns, they harmonize the verses not just the same always, but a different harmonization for verse 1, a different harmonization for verse 2, verse 5, and so forth. This is a great hymn, by the way. Te Iosef celebre entagmina celitu, te cuncti resonant, so forth and so on. Now, what else did I want to speak to you about? Okay, volume 5. If you look at volume 5, this volume 5 not only has the Kyriale, but we included the explanation by Flor Peeters, who was a great Catholic organist, in French and English, and some other materials that Watershed actually was responsible for translating, again in French and English, with information about why these accompaniments were produced and so forth and so on. But what you'll want to do with volume 5, since the indexes are always given at the beginning, for volume 5 you'll want to find the index for the Kyriale, and you'll want to mark it with a sticker so that you can refer to it, but also on the back of that page is the contents for the Flor Peeters method book. So you want to keep that sticker in the middle so you can always get to the contents of the Flor Peeters and always get to the contents of volume 5. Now, on the website, you can use Command F if you're on a Mac, or Control F on a PC, and you can search for any of the names of any of these chants throughout these thousands of pages. However, you should be aware that the page numbers on the website do not match the page numbers in the actual printed books, because in the actual printed books we used the original page numbers from the original first time this book was printed. And that's very important to realize, because there are sometimes editions made in the 1950s, for example, and they'll go in and they'll add pages and so forth. And so you need to know that when you buy the books, the index, and maybe my cameraman can zoom in a little bit here, the index will be correct and it'll be 100% accurate, because in the printed books we use the original page numbers. Thank you so much.